The Canadian dollar. The Federal Reserve would back and oversee the CBC, a type of publicly issued digital dollar. Furthermore, it would have the full support and belief of the U.S. government. This could be used as an alternative to the different payment methods currently in use. It would have several benefits, such as instantaneous payment settlement, a medium for international transactions, and the encouragement of greater financial inclusion. More than 130 countries have started to develop their own digital currencies, which are backed by their respective governments. Pilot programs have already been started in China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India, and it's likely that a digital euro pilot might start as early as the 20th century. In the meantime, despite the rising and evident understanding of the features of digital currency, the United States still lags behind. It was the United States Congress that first spoke these magnificent words. Make it clear that the U.S. Congress has declared categorically that XRP is allowed to be used in the U.S. This includes more than just banks and other financial institutions. An important step ahead is the international approval of XRP for usage in both domestic and international transactions, especially from the U.S. Federal Reserve. Why is this significant? The United States Congress recognizes that the world is changing. Several countries, such as Brazil and India, through the use of the XRP ledger in collaboration with Ripple Technologies, China and other countries are moving closer to establishing their central bank digital currencies. The U.S. does not want to be left out of this trend. The issue is, can you tell which firm they are collaborating with? Well, you're right, Ripple. Salutations and thanks for visiting Moneyside, your one-stop resource for all things related to XRP, a digital currency issued by the central bank that all BRICS countries can use. Brazil, Russia, and India, South Africa, and China have worked together to build their respective nations. The similar situation applies to the United States of America. Even though we are currently seeing public disputes between Ripple and the SEC, I would want to show you a video that explores discussions that occurred between Ripple and the Federal Reserve of the United States on CBDCs as far back as 2015. This historical background demonstrates the covert cooperation that Ripple and the U.S. have been conducting. The fact that Ripple was cooperating was a clear sign that the business was in a strong position to win the SEC's lawsuit. When Ripple first offered the FedNAB payment system to the Federal Reserve in 2015, it wasn't explicitly acknowledged in the system's original release. However, a more thorough analysis offers some clues. While the Federal Reserve was considering the prospects of such a relationship, a potential collaboration with a blockchain company that can enable effective payments with transaction times of only 3 to 5 seconds was explored. On several occasions, Gary Gensler has raised awareness of the potential use of Ripple by the Federal Reserve in the United States of America. Gensler has expressed confidence that the Fed will incorporate Ripple and XRP into its payment system for both domestic and foreign transactions. The SEC's lawsuit against Ripple was ongoing even before he was given his current job. The leap forward in time to the latest events. An important milestone is the official addition of Riverbank, a well-known Ripple payment partner that makes use of the RippleNet system, to the FedNet payment system. Okay, let's analyze this. We are more than a bank. The Riverbank, the XCurrent and XRapid technologies offered by Ripplet are essential to this payment facilitator. Both of these platforms make use of XRP and its ledger to offer on-demand liquidity. Riverbank's integration with FedNet makes it obvious that XRapid, XCurrent, and Ripplet, all of which are based on XRP, will be used in the future. As a result, the FedNet payment system is ready to use XRP to meet its liquidity needs in cross-border transactions. As a result, we can predict that XRP's value will rise as its applications and utility continue to expand. If you now own XRP, this is good news for your investment. Beyond just acknowledging the potential of cryptocurrencies, there is a big chance that XRP will be integrated into traditional banking systems. It serves as an example of how the global financial environment is continuously changing and how established banking systems are starting to realize how effective, quick, and affordable blockchain technologies like Ripple's can be. Additionally, Gary Gendler's assistance and the subsequent steps taken by organizations like Riverbank are only the beginning. As more financial institutions realize and harness the potential of XRP and related technologies, the sector will experience a cascading effect. I have some really fantastic news for everyone that is watching me before we continue. I have an XRP giveaway going on. Simply follow these 3 simple actions to participate. Yes, give this video a positive rating. Press the subscribe button. Turn on alerts and forward this video to your friends and family. I wish everyone the very best of luck and will be making sure that these protocols have been followed while choosing our lucky winner. We will announce the winner once we achieve the 60,000 subscription milestone. Now let's get back to the topic at hand, the worth of XRP and its increasing importance. We have talked about the Federal Reserve of the United States' interest in it and the country's overall tendency to adopt it. But the United States is not the only nation realizing the potential of XRP, as several governments, including the Brexatians, and even the European Union through its Digital Euro initiative, are looking into the technology's capabilities. You can view our movies that are dedicated to those topics for a more thorough examination of how XRP is being integrated into the Digital Euro initiative in Europe and the CBDC that the BX nations are proposing. The United States of America is keen to use XRP to enable effective cross-border transactions in addition to using it for a potential CBDC, as we covered in a previous video. There are more organizations that fit within this category besides CBDCs. Instead, it includes financial activities that take place both domestically and abroad. Let's look into the potential effects this may have on XRP's future value. The increasing adoption of cryptocurrency, especially by major financial institutions like the U.S. Federal Reserve, will unavoidably have an impact on XRP's intrinsic value. The utility that a cryptocurrency offers its user is one of the most crucial factors in determining its worth. It is not just about the instant transactional advantages that a digital asset like XRP offers when incorporated into major financial institutions. It is also about the legitimacy and confidence that it garners over the long run. With digital transactions becoming the norm and a growing need for cross-border transactions that are both efficient and reasonably priced, the global financial environment is rapidly changing. Consequently, the significance of cryptocurrencies, especially ones with proven usefulness like XRP, is paramount. The support of major financial institutions and economies could serve as a spur to propel XRP into a new sphere. This is a really significant time for investors and enthusiasts. Considering the current integrations and support that XRP has received, its trajectory suggests that the future